It is that time that everyone has been waiting for. Ever since the James Webb Telescope was launched on Christmas Day 2021, everyone has been eager to see the kind of images it will take and the galaxies it will discover. And now that time is here. The James Webb Telescope has released the first full-color images. Without fail, the Webb Telescope has impressed with the first images, having discovered some of the most amazing things about the galaxy. But what exactly do the first full-color images show? Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we will look at the very first full-color images taken by the James Webb Telescope and what they reveal. Before we continue, make sure you leave a like on this video, smash that notification bell to stay notified, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on what's happening in space. And with that, let's find out more about these images. After a presidential-level reveal on June 11, NASA revealed some of the most spectacular first light pictures that the James Webb Space Telescope took on June 12. The images showcase some pretty interesting galaxies, the death throes of a doomed star, and a stellar nursery where massive young suns are being born. There is also evidence of gale-force solar winds that sculpt vast clouds of gas and dust. Even if you are not trained to make some of these observations, with these images, you will be able to observe beyond the realm of the iconic Hubble Space Telescope. The Hubble telescope has been in operation for decades and has made some of the most amazing discoveries, capturing some of the most spectacular images ever. But to astronomers, the views from the Webb telescope are a goldmine for data. According to Jane Rigby, the Webb Operations Project Manager at the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, from the data I've seen so far, from the work we've seen in commissioning, and then the first week of science, yeah, this is going to be revolutionary. These are incredible capabilities we've never had before. Eric Smith, a program scientist, described the early release images as the result of practice runs with Webb's 4 instruments. Even so, he said, "We're making discoveries and we really haven't even started trying yet. The promise of this telescope is amazing." NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, senior agency managers, and a group of enthusiastic Webb engineers and scientists gathered in an auditorium at Goddard to share the moment of the first images reveal. This was to the sound of some cheerleaders with pom-poms chanting, "JWST, JWST." Before the images were revealed, Nelson said, in the words of the famous Carl Sagan, "Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known." I think those words are becoming a reality. The first image in the line was the spectrum of starlight passing through the atmosphere of an exoplanet about 1,150 light-years from Earth. This was a world that is about half the size of Jupiter and orbits its star closer than Mercury orbits our Sun. The chemical fingerprint of water vapor in the planet's hellish atmosphere is from the spectrum. Webb has a sharper infrared vision, drastically making the state-of-the-art more advanced. This means that more data can be collected in less time. Someday, astronomers will be able to detect the effects of biological activity on planets that are in faraway solar systems. This can be done by studying the compounds in their atmospheres. No one has promised anything like that from Webb. Still, given the fact that it can analyze exoplanet atmospheres with the world's most powerful infrared telescope, it is a major step towards that. The next reveal was a stunning view of the Southern Ring Nebula, which is a cloud that is as wide as half a light-year. This cloud is made of expanding gas and debris thrown off by a central star in its last days as its core runs out of nuclear fuel and fusion grinds to a halt. This is a fate that our Sun will have to face in the next 5 billion years or so. The Hubble Space Telescope's view of the Southern Ring Nebula was quite spectacular because it showed a huge smoke ring-like cloud that surrounds a brilliant inner star. However, Webb's observation goes even further, indicating that there are 2 stars at the heart of the nebula. The telescope showed much more detail when it came to the structure of the expanding shell of gas. Next up was one of the most amazing images ever taken of Stephan's Quintet, which is a well-known collection of 5 galaxies in the constellation Pegasus 290. It is about 290 million light-years from Earth and was discovered in 1877. It is the first such closely together grouping of galaxies ever to be detected. 4 of these 5 galaxies are spirals that are gravitationally interacting in a slow-motion train wreck of sorts. It seems as though they are in the process of merging for them to become one huge elliptical galaxy. There are a lot of galaxy mergers that have occurred in the history of the universe, and finding the details of such collisions is one of Webb's major objectives. The released image showed some details of stars and star clusters in the galaxy that had never been seen before. It also showed light made by debris racing around a huge black hole. Last but not least, the Webb team discovered an incredible view that showed a segment of the Carina Nebula, which is a vast star-forming region found in the southern constellation of Carina. This constellation is approximately 7,600 light-years from Earth and is 4 times the size of the more well-known Orion Nebula. The brightest known star in the Milky Way is in the Carina Nebula, which is also home to the Eta Carinae binary system. This system has a massive sun that is expected to explode in a supernova blast in the near future. There are massive, brightly shining young stars that are visible in the portion of the nebula that was shown. In addition to that, there are remnants of some supernova explosions that marked the tragic deaths of stars that were much more massive than the Sun. There were powerful solar winds that blasted out from the hot young stars, which sculpted the surrounding gas clouds into complexly textured structures. The images that were released on July 12 were released after the White House released some the day before. President Biden had released a razor-sharp deep-field look at a cluster of remote galaxies that had lots of arcs of light. There were distorted views of background galaxies that were magnified by the cluster's combined gravity. According to Biden, the image represented a new window into the history of our universe, given that it was looking further back in space and time than ever before, all the way to a few 100 million years ago, at the moment when the universe first exploded into existence about 13.8 billion years ago. All the pictures that were revealed are clear proof that Webb is finally ready for its science operations. This was 6 months after it was released on Christmas Day 2021, and after years of development and technical failures, management mistakes, and spending billions of dollars. Randy Kimball, a Webb project scientist at Goddard, said, "Those releases represented 5 days of observation with the observatory, and they include something that is a deeper infrared image than has ever been taken in history, deeper than Hubble images that required weeks to acquire. That was done in half a day with Webb." In the weeks and months after Webb was launched, scientists and engineers had been working to precisely align the 18 mirror segments that make up the 21.3-foot wide mirror, to straighten the giant sunshade, to help cool the optics within a few degrees of absolute zero, and to carefully check out and calibrate the observatory's 4 instruments. The Webb telescope is different from the Hubble telescope in that it is made to study the longer wavelengths of infrared radiation, while the Hubble mainly observes light in the visible part of the spectrum. Webb can capture light from the dawn of the universe that has been stretched out by the expansion of space itself over the past 13.8 billion years. It is powerful enough to capture the light from the aftermath of the Big Bang, and that is one of its missions. What do you think of the first full-color images of the James Webb Telescope? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Also, before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on space. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.